Hey, Taki here. Hope you're doing really well. In this quick video, I want to explain or answer a question that I got from a client called Sean earlier this morning. Sean, if you're watching, you know who you are. Hopefully this helps you a ton. Question was about, Sean was actually on a webinar that I run each week with our clients. It's called The Weekly Sherp. How do you run a group coaching call? Well, I want you to think about two things. I want you to think about content and context. So if you think about what is a group coaching call, at its simplest, it's a coaching call with you done in a group. Often it's in the shape of a Q&A. In other words, people ask you questions, you answer them. And so the danger is that the way most people run a group coaching call is that it's not really group coaching at all. It's one-on-one coaching with a cue. While I'm helping you, everyone else waits, and when I'm helping somebody else, you've got to wait. That's really boring. That's not group coaching. Well, it's pretty limited. It's just group coaching in a queue, and your job's to get through people as quickly as you can. And that's, frankly, it's a waste of their time, and it actually robs people of the opportunity to get value from the coaching you do with the one while they're part of the many. Does that make sense? There's two parts. There's the content, and then there's a context. I'm going to give you a quickie on content, and then we're going to go deep into context. Go. So, weekly show. People all around the world, so we check in where they are, and it's just like a check-in thing. We ask 4 questions. Firstly, what are your biggest wins? Yeah, checking in on wins. Gives you confidence, gives them confidence, gives the group confidence. Secondly, what's your biggest lesson? Like, what have you learned in the last 2 weeks? If every week in your business, you didn't just kind of get through it, but you got from it, what has that week taught you? And now we're getting people to pull wins and lessons, the 2 things you need to build momentum. Third, what project are you working on right now? And so I'll have people literally type into the question box what project they're working on right now, and that helps them kind of zoom their focus from all of the overwhelm and into here's the one thing I need some help around. It also helps me to get my finger on the pulse of what's hot for them right now. And then finally, what do you need? Okay? Those pieces are all processed. That's the content of the coaching call. What are your wins? What are your lessons? What are you working on? What do you need? And now I can unmute somebody, I can do magic. But here's the thing, while I'm doing the magic, that's the content. Let's think about context. As I'm going through that process, there's 3 things that I'm doing deliberately the whole time, okay? And if you don't do this, then really you're not doing group coaching. You're doing one-on-one coaching with a cue. You bore a lot of people. You waste hours of your client's time. And the magic you do here isn't transferable there. And so there's 3 things I'm doing the whole way through. 3 C's for doing group coaching well. Number 1, I connect. And so when somebody joins, just like I've done here, Michael, I've just seen a notification that Michael's joined. Connect. When somebody joins the group coaching call, mention them, even if they join late, like this guy Sean that joined my call half an hour late today. I noticed that he joined and said, hey Sean, great to have you here. What does he know? I've been seen. The secret to having people stay with you in a group coaching program is to know that they're seen. They're not a face in the crowd. They're not a number. They're a person, and you notice, you care. You get where they're at, and you care. Make sense? So I connect. Secondly, I coach, and obviously that's important. My job is to help you with your stuff. G'day, Dave. Good to have you here. My job is to coach, is to take your problem, unpack it, solve it. So I'm going to connect. I'm going to coach, and thirdly, I'm going to congratulate. If you've done something well, when I get you to type in your wins or your lessons, I want to notice that. If I've seen you do something, g'day Nathan, if I've seen you do something great in the Facebook group, then what do I want to do? I want to comment on that. So this guy Sean, who asked this question today, showed up on my webinar about half an hour late today because of stuff that was going on in his world. Completely fine, no hard feelings. That's what I did. Like I saw him pop up and I say, hey Sean, how you going? Good. And later on I said, so what's been most helpful so far, which I'll get to in a minute. And he shared something about how I'd run this group coaching call, and I took him off mute and I was able to connect and coach him a little bit, even though he hadn't asked a specific question, okay? So we're going to do 3 things. We're going to connect, we're going to coach, we're going to congratulate. And here's where the magic happens. When you do, when I'm doing these calls, I'm using a Sherp sheet like this, because our calls are called the weekly Sherp. Normally how most people do it is, there's a big fat line of people, waiting for their turn, and you do your one-on-one work here, and then this person, and then that person, and there's this big wait list. Well, that's cool when it's your turn, but it's really boring for all of these poor guys. And so let's do this. Let's make it so that when you start your conversation with them, what do? Well, you connect. And then you can say, so what do you need most right now? And they're going to tell you their question. Now, what most people do is they answer that question and then they move to the next one. But I think should do, certainly what you could do, is you could find out what's the question behind the question that relates to everybody. So I'll go, so blah, blah, blah. So what you're really asking is da, 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 da. And now I can relate that question to the whole group. So now what have I got? I've got everybody engaged. And now I'll help, in this case, Sean out with his thing. And then when I pause, I'll say, so Sean, what I want to know from you is what was most helpful for you about this? And I'll say, while Sean's thinking about that, everybody else, I want you to type your answers in. And now the insight from this one interaction with Sean helps all of these guys. Right? So I haven't coached Sean, I've coached the group. Sure, I'm going to get to this person and their specific question in a minute, but right now the interaction I had right here ripples through everybody. At the end I'll go, hey Sean, so what was your insight? And he'll tell me, this is what I learned. I'm like, great, if there were 3 action steps to move that forward, what would they be? And Sean will tell me. Now he's really confident, really clear, everybody's got value, and now I can move back. And as I say, what was most helpful for you? People type them in. What do you think I do? Well, I connect, I coach, and I congratulate. And then I do the same all the way through. I just want to do a little bit on how to group coach well in a way that doesn't waste people's time, that isn't inefficient, that is useful and valuable and serves. And it isn't all about you. I think group coaching done right is significantly better than one-on-one coaching. Make sense? So listen, if you want to get good at this, like badass good, if you want to be able to coach 100 or 500 or 1,000 people really, really well, and have them get the same kind of results they get if they worked with you one-on-one. It's now 1:45. I'm going to leave this conversation right here. Hopefully it's been helpful. Take good care. This has been Taki Moore, out.